Life is a struggle for RADHABAI, a daily wage laborer in Delhi. She and her children frequently survive on just one meal a day.
There's nothing anyone does for us, the poor, neither government or anyone. We can't fight the price rise. We have to live with this.
For RADHABAI and her family, subsidized government food is their only hope. She is one of 400 million poor in India who cannot afford to buy food grain on the open market. Instead, they depend on the government. But there is a problem in the government distribution system. These pictures of government food in southern India tell a sad story. Sacks of food going nowhere, and they have been in this warehouse for 3 years. Now all this food is rotten, can't be used.
So the grain is rotting for two simple reasons. By having restricted the public distribution system, there isn't enough offtake, as they call it. Enough isn't being removed from the godowns. And secondly, as a result of this not being taken out, old grain is rotting, new grain isn't being procured, so the farmers are in crisis and the poor are both in crisis.
India's food distribution system has many shortcomings, the biggest being lack of proper warehouses. The warehouses which are currently in operation are poorly maintained, resulting in this waste. Experts say there are over 1 billion tons of food grain stuck in various places throughout India today, enough to feed over 600,000 poor for over a decade. The government's indifference to the rotting food grain forced the Supreme Court to intervene. The order from this court was clear: give free food to the poor instead of letting it rot in the warehouses. This court order forced the government to react.
As on interim ad hoc measures, pending a final decision on the issue, government is releasing an additional quantity of 25 lakh tons of wheat and rice to the states.
One would have thought this government decision would be an end to the confusion. But the Indian Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, questioned the distribution of free food grains to the poor. According to the government, making food available free to the poor would be counterproductive to the Indian farmers, because they would lose money. But Yudhvir Singh, a prominent farmer, thinks this is a government ploy to pitch the farmer against the poor.
The Prime Minister's words make it look like the farmer is an obstacle in between the poor and the government. The grain has been bought from the farmers. The farmers have received their payments. The grain now belongs to the government. The issue of distribution is now with the government. Why should the farmer have any problem?
While the Indian government struggles to find an acceptable solution to the food distribution system, the poor will have to wait. Nilanjan Chowdhury, Al Jazeera, New Delhi.